the years, and I've heard two of the biggest pain points when it comes to letting brands grow. Right? So in the first one, well, even though almost all companies spend a lot of money on growth initiatives, it's also one of the biggest sources of frustration for brands, because I can't tell you how many times I've heard our clients tell me that, hey, market research is too slow still, is not really actionable, it's still costly. So it's hard to put it into practice for brands also many times. And then also the second challenge I want to talk to you today about is that there's an enormous amount of updated research and scientific evidence on how brands grow out there. But we found that a lot of brands out there are not using it until to date. So there's still a lot of use of kind of old metrics like the brand funnel, like loyalty KPIs. Brand love is still a North Star in branding, which is fine, but those metrics are not really helping brands to let them really grow and take the right decisions there. So what we did at quantilope 2 years ago, actually, we have developed one of our solutions, another solution, based on all the research of the Ehrenberg-Bass Institute. You're probably, hopefully, familiar with all the things here. Byron Sharp, How Brands Grow, a book that was published about 2010. Then in 2023, Jenny Romaniuk, a book, Better Brand Health, super insightful research, must read, I have to say, for all brand people. And so it can be used for standalone research, but it also unfolds the real power when it's tracked and taken over time. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why this concept is so successful and really have an impact on marketing globally at the moment. First of all, because it's very easy to understand the principles, right? Brand growth is a function of only two things: physical availability and mental availability. So let's dig a little bit deeper into first physical availability. So what is physical availability? It's shown here, easy to find. So physical availability is your brand being present at the point of purchase. Think distribution, think where you on shelf, also how prominent you are on shelf. It could also be online presence, not only physical presence. So how easy are you to find where you're needed, right, as a brand? Obviously, very key to brand growth. And the second one now is mental availability. And we want to dig deeper into mental availability. But mental availability is not the easy to find, but the easy to mind, right? This is where we as marketers have an enormous impact, can have an enormous impact. So it's how easily your brand comes to mind in a specific buying situation. So, and in most buying situations, the brand that comes into mind is the brand that gets bought in the end. So your goal as a brand should be to increase your brand's mental availability. And how do you increase it, this mental availability? Well, you increase it by building fresher, wider memory structures in people's minds, right? You're building those networks in people's minds. Connect your brand to as many buying situations as possible with communication, with everything, with the whole marketing mix that you have. And there's a specific term that is coined by the Ehrenberg-Bass Institute, specifically Jenny Romaniuk. And that's the term category entry points. So category entry points are now the building blocks for mental availability.